Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam. Good morning. You're listening to Java with Jimmy.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Today is August 31st. It is the last day of August, and we are here in the Java Cafe for We Need to Know Wednesdays. No guest today. So, excuse me. So we're going to get to check in with the Java fam and see who's in the room this morning. So let's go in and check in this morning. I had Dr. Brandy on Monday, Congresswoman Presley yesterday, and so wasn't able to check in as much. Opal, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Sharon Cornelius, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Dina, good to see you in the room. Dina, wondering if you're coming over to Deadly Cafe with the rest of the MGH crew on Thursday night. I'll share more about that in a minute. Sister Debbie, good morning. Good to see you in the room. My sister Lasagna, I got to get back to you about us going to break bread. Pastor Marion, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Daryl Drumright from Tennessee, good to see you in the room, brother. Sister Rena, good morning. Intentional self-care, good to see you in the room. Also, I thought I just saw someone referred to Stan, but Stan, good to see you in the room this morning. And Tashad Boston While Black is in the building. There he is. Brother Stan, what's going on, brother? I see that you registered. I saw Tashad registered. I saw Sharon registered. So please make sure you go and register for the event on Thursday evening. Jimmy, what's going on Thursday evening? Okay, Thursday evening, we are coming together to do a live recording for your healthy Java. And people are saying, well, James, focusing on our health. I'll be very honest with you. At first, the title was going to be focusing on Black health. And I said, okay, well, let's make it a little more general. Our may be implied. And so what we're going to do is chat with Naisha Deed and also Dr. Ronke and, of course, Dr. Alabre in reference to, in these times, there is so much going on in the world, in our community, especially for women's rights to their body. We're still in COVID, monkeypox. So there's a lot going on. And with the economy and everything, let's keep it 100. I'll be very transparent. I'm not always good at keeping up with my health. I just came off a bout of what the doctor said was an extreme case of food poisoning. And so, I went to the doctor toward the end as I was getting better. And so, just with so much going on, it is imperative that we focus on our health. And as you all know, Naisha Deed from Pure Spark has done a lot around mental health, and it is a part of our overall health. There are sayings like the body remembers all the stress and the trauma that we go through, and it goes somewhere. Yoga Mike, who I want to shout out, he's taken some time to heal and recover. Often says, and talks about when he's working on my body, like, man, you do a lot, and that stress and that trauma, it goes somewhere. And so we want to ensure that we focus on our health. So that's what's taking place on Thursday. And please be sure to go to this link here. It is case sensitive, jwj.info/YHJ9122 for you to go and register. And I will go ahead and put that in the comments now to make it easy. Sharon's registered, but I know she would get me and say, put it back in the comments there. So let's go and get that in the comments so you can go ahead and register. We are at 50% of the seats. So Java with Jimmy fam, I'm looking for y'all to be there. The info, Dina, is right there. I just put it in the comments. Tay, I was trying to find you through Java with Jimmy yesterday to tag you and tell you about Thursday. And for some reason, Facebook and Twitter is acting, but Dina, there's the information. Tay, hopefully you can make it as well. Pastor Marion, we said good morning. Lasagna, if you're around on Thursday, please come through. And Stan, how are you going to make it to the Black Joy event at the same time? So Thursday is the recording, and then Friday, the 9th, is the Black Joy event. But Stan, if you're referring to Congresswoman Presley's meeting with men, yeah, I know. And this is why, and I'm going to be a little more assertive about it when people reach out. This is why I need to really, when people start talking dates about anything, can you email Tay? Because I committed to going to this and then set the date, got the venue and everything. I committed to going to Congresswoman Presley's event weeks ago, and went and set up the date for this Thursday via a meeting I had like 2 weeks after I agreed to go. So anyway, Stan, I'm probably, yeah, and based on the agenda, Tanika Freeman is in the building. One of my old co-workers. Good to see you in the building, hun. Lasagna, that's why you need to go. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube right now as we speak. I'm on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn right now as we speak. Thaddeus, good morning. Good to see you. Some of us would have been there, but we had Uncle Thaddeus is waking up choosing. You know what, Uncle Thaddeus, I just thought about you. Remember when I bought these headphones in 2020 and they were falling out? Literally this morning, after watching the video and seeing the musicians, how they put in these type of headphones, studio headphones, I've been putting them in wrong for like 2 years. And when I tell you y'all can't even really see them. They're in, and I can hear so clearly. So Thaddeus, I thought about you because you was cracking on me about not making an investment in some good headphones. They were good. I just wasn't good in using them right. But anyway, good to see you in the room. You guys, don't forget that Black Joy is taking place next Friday, September 9th at the ICA. Thaddeus, if you can, is there a link to register? Can you put that in the comments, please, sir? So go register for that as well. I am hosting. DJ Y Sham is going to be the DJ. Amandi Music is going to be there. And I'm going to bring up the flyer in 1 second to talk about the other artists as I'm talking and hopefully not get a gap. The other artist is FC. And the only reason I know how to say it is because it sounds like Ephesians. So FC, like that, EPH space SEE will be the other artist there. And so we're going to kick off Black Joy next Saturday, the 9th. And then on the 10th, we'll be on the road. Well, some folks will be on the road to wellness. And then I got to split, Uncle, I got to split between that because Boston Lesbian Gay Urban Foundation is doing their book pack giveaway. And I told him I would stop by that. See, Jesus Lord. Anyway, so don't forget to sign up for the ICA for Black Joy. Don't forget to sign up for this Thursday. If you are not going to the AP event, make sure you come through on Thursday. Listen, we're feeding you all. I'll go ahead and say it now. There's going to be a taco bar. We'll have traditional beef, taco meat. There will be a chicken option and also a vegan veggie option with all the fixing, sour cream, salsa, cheese, lettuce. I'm going to ask them to have some onions and cilantro too. But yes, that's going on Thursday. So a couple of other things that are coming up. And this one here, I've been talking about a Java After Dark, doing another one. I haven't done one since 2020, to be very honest with you. We did a Men Across America session last year on like a Sunday evening, but that wasn't really a After Dark. And so that is taking place this evening at 8 p.m. here on all the platforms, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We'll put it on LinkedIn as well. And so Carlos Enriquez, who is the proprietor of CH2 Group, he's also a political analyst. He is no stranger to the Java Cafe. And if you follow him on Twitter, y'all know our good brother Carlos is free. I'll frame it like that. He is free in his freedom. As you all know, it's been in the media. He's been through some things, and we're going to talk about a little bit of everything. Boston Poly, the DA's race, a lot that's going on with that, racism, the AG's race, state secretary race, the state senate and state representatives race. We're going to talk about some other stuff in Boston Poly, function of city council. What is their job? What's the job of the activists and mass and cast? And it's going to be a very interesting conversation. So I need you to plan to be here tonight at 8 p.m. and then also tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I will say that there was an article that just, and I said when we had the mayor on, and when I started talking about this incident and allegations that women must be centered first. And so last week there was a woman that came out and said that, you know, there was no allegations. She didn't want to be bothered with anything. And then last night, I believe at 8:46 or around 8:46, the Globe dropped a story of another woman that said something did happen from middle school. And, you know, they're trying to get the police reports, and it just, I'm a little bit confused. And, you know, there's the muck of some of the seizing of about half of the old Boston white city councilors. You know, one kind of gets a pass as a female, you know, but it's very interesting watching how some people have jumped in on these allegations and seized an opportunity to stop a man of color in having a very progressive impact, and to perpetuate what Rachel Rollins did in that office of DA. So anyway, we'll save some of that for this evening to talk with Carlos about. But Ricardo Arroyo himself will be here at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And as I said, don't forget tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. At the Dudley Cafe, you need to go to this link to register. Please do not show up if you do not register. Please do not show up if you do not register. Please use the link. Go ahead and register and plan on being with us. Dr. Alabre will be there again, Naisha Deed of Pure Spark, and also Dr. Ronke. We're going to talk about the mental health and how we focus and how we, you know, bear all this stuff that I know the Bible says he won't put more on us that we can bear. But if more is 100, let's keep it 100. Sometimes it feels like it's 99.9. And so sometimes you can't manage this stuff because your body is going through it because of the stress that it be there Thursday as we talk about it. All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Also, please keep in mind the late teens of September. I believe it is the Urgency of Now Fest. I'm going to be a part of that in two ways. One with the Waterfront Coalition, and then also we're going to do a podcast at the New England Aquarium. Someone reached out yesterday or the day before and said, hey, Jimmy, we want to do a podcast at the New England Aquarium around equity, around access to the aquarium. And so I actually do have the date. That is September 14th at about 5:45. I don't have all the details. I don't know if it's going to be a live recording with the audience or just doing it there at the aquarium. And so I'll keep you guys abreast about that. And I think that's it as far. Oh, here's the other thing. As you all know, I've talked to Lasagna about this. God knows Props and I have talked about this almost daily. And I learned this, someone said this to me in 2020, that in this environment, there's a constant rebranding, a revamping. And then in this case, I am taking some revamping and rebranding and going to relaunch Java with Jimmy in the not just Zoom era that we are evolving in, as everybody's going back to work, young people back at school. And so with that, I'm going to hopefully take the next couple of weeks, get some things in order, and more than likely the last week in September, we're taking a full break. No 9 a.m. Unless something major happens, I might just hop on. But we will not be in the Java Cafe. We're going to close the Java Cafe for a week, probably the last week in September, because I actually have a 2-day something I'm doing with the men's conference. And so that might work out well. So I was going to do 2 weeks, last week in September and the first week in October. I might do that because trying to keep the show active and running and doing a lot that I not just tech, but content and getting ahead to advertise. There's just a lot that needs to be accomplished. And so I just wanted to start mentioning that now. At most, the last week and the first week in October, and at minimum, the last week or the first week in October, if it's not both of them. I see some lead by example. I think I'm about to get in trouble. Yes, we're going to have to. Michelle, are you going to be here for the tacos? And if you are, I'll bring your shirt. I love you, sis. Dina, of course, definitely happy to get you information. Hopefully you can make it, invite some others as well. Thaddeus is saying, oh, it's free and you don't need to register unless you want to visit the museum gallery. Thaddeus, thank you for that clarity. So for Black Joy, you could just show up. No registration required unless you would like to, similar to when we did Java with Jimmy at the ICA on the waterfront. They gave access to the galleries after the event. And shout out to the ICA for doing that. They've been very intentional about doing some service to engagement with Black and brown folks around coming to the ICA and to the Seaport. So shout out to them for making, and they made free tickets available, 50 tickets every Friday all summer. So shout out to the ICA. So you can just show up next Friday. Uncle, I don't have the full graphic ready, but let me see if I can do this. All right. We'll be able to do it like this. So I can show the flyer. This is the flyer for next Friday. Let me take this off of here. This is the flyer for next Friday. That's the wrong link. Okay, so we got it. Next Friday, let's do it right. Next Friday, September 9th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Institute of Contemporary Art, Boston, 25 Harbor Shore Drive. See that word there, free 99. Performances by Amandi Music. Eve C and also DJ Y Sham will be the DJ. And so please plan on coming out and being a part of that and support someone that is a part of this family, a charter member, first supporter, and just a good brother, period. So please come. And we need to do everything we need to do to induce Black joy. All right. Let me just check in here. Kenya Beam is in the building. KB, good morning. Good to see you in the room. There is that candidate forum that it would be so nice if they had a man of color also help. Since there are so many men of color running, it would be dope if they would have incorporated a man of color to be one of the commentators there. Just so that forum is taking place right after that in person. Get home and hear some of the commentary from Carlos Enriquez and I. But Kenya, good to see you in the room. Shout out to you and Miss Shillingford that did a great job. I know there's a lot going on, a lot of social media chatter. Fell victim to it, blah, 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 blah. I just saw on Twitter, Juve was, I looked down the street from the video they was taking from American Legion Highway. I think they had a crowd all, and hear me clear. I think, and it looked like they had a crowd that went from American Legion Highway on the right side of Blue Hill Ave, if you're going up from Mattapan, all the way down to like Talbot. Like it was packed. So shout out to you and did that. And Kenya, also please keep us abreast of the application process when that is done. And one point of clarity here too, after the show the other day, the first point is that CACAB is a 501c4, which is almost like a political organization for the availability to do some of the things they do and support different things. So they are a 501c4 with a fiscal conduit. And so I know that some of the chatter on social media was around when they went to GuideStar, you couldn't find CACAB. The nonprofit, the fiscal conduit that they utilize as a nonprofit to get donations and sponsorships, they would be on there. And so we got that clarity. The other piece is that there was some verbiage about board applications and elections. And there's this assertion that the election of the board officers should be made public. In my experience, no, it shouldn't. No that I'm, and Thaddeus, you've been in this for a while, a couple other folks. Tanika, you've been in some nonprofit. I'm not aware of boards that publicize the board officer elections. Applications, yes, they get on, and then in one of their board meetings, they elect the officers. And so just 2 points of clarity there from that session the other day. But Kenya, good to see you in the room. Good to see you in the room. And no stranger, no stranger. All right, Pastor Marion, thank you so much. Stan, don't do, you did that. I ain't messing with you. You stay doing big things. Oh God, yes, Tanika, thank you. Dina, good to see you, that you will be there as well. Auntie Java, good to see you in the room this morning. Stan, I wanted to attend Black Joy, but I need help physically. Got you. Black Joy will, so yeah, Black Joy is the one next Friday. All right. Hopefully you can make it, brother. And there was something else. My birthday is next Thursday. I don't know what we're doing. Last couple of years, we've come online and we had props, I think, and we had title team DJs in 2020. We had props last year, bringing in my birthday. So I don't know what we're going to do, but just thinking about that as well. Heidi, good to see you in the room. You will be away next week. Kenya, again, good morning. Do I have a JAD Java After Dark? Yes, Java After Dark tonight. Dina, just to plug another one. It is at 8 p.m. here with Carlos Enriquez. So hopefully you can make it. And let me get back to the comments here. Kenya said Juve was lit. It looked and sounded like it. Heidi, translation, don't. Yes, I will do that. And yes, so Kenya, hopefully we can see you on I know you're talking about getting me the application information, but my first thought was registration. So hopefully you can make it out Thursday as well. There was another thing that I wanted to mention to you all that happened, and it's in the media, and I used to work there, so it's just crazy. But my understanding is there was a bomb threat at Children's Hospital. Who does that? Who does that? Who calls in a bomb into a hospital where there are pediatric children, young cancer patients, HIV patients, those babies in the premature babies in the natal care unit, like intensive care unit, rather, like. So just mentioning that as well, as it just crossed my mind. Tasha said the process should be transparent. Absolutely. So the application process is transparent, but there is not a lot of precedence for putting a flyer out saying, hey, because they don't vote. Only the board members vote. And so definitely the application process. But as far as the election of the board members, I'm not aware of any board that puts a flyer out and says, hey, we're electing our officers tonight, because there's no only board officers vote. Now, one of the things that I did mention in some of this conversation is that maybe one of the proposals that can be presented to CACAB is there be some form of membership, and figuring out a way in the bylaws or the articles of incorporation to incorporate some level of voter power. You have a member representative on the board that's a voting member, but their responsibility is to represent the voice of the members. I don't know, just thinking out loud. So anyway, it's a board. Okay. Heidi is saying Heidi has family that works there, so I know she was concerned in general, but even more so with her sister there. Children's has been under. I did not know that. Oh, it just dawned on me. The reason that Children's is under attack right now is because of the medical support that they give to parents and children that are identifying as trans. Heidi, thank you. Crazy, right? I'm sure law enforcement is on it. Absolutely. Auntie Java, transgender people who are not so thank y'all. It just dawned on me why they're doing that. And so Sharon, if you're saying in reference why to Children's, and it's because some of the crazy supremacist, right-wing, white supremacist folk just I'm a little bit confused, because there's this right-wing evangelical that's fighting like this, but putting a bomb and calling a bomb threat into a children's hospital, I don't think that's what Jesus would do. Am I off? I don't think so. Kenya, that's something to consider, Jimmy. Thanks. No problem. Absolutely. Auntie Java, they are not so eager to change children's ID sexually. They are not so eager. Okay. I don't know what the exact thing. I did hear a news report now that Heidi mentioned it a couple of weeks ago that there was something that went on at children. So it's just sad. I'm not going to go there. All right. I think I'm caught up with all the comments. I am going to get ready to take down because I got to get to a store. We got guests tomorrow on a live recording, and I only got 2 cordless mics. So I got to go figure that out. I think that's it for me. So don't forget, tonight at 8 p.m. with Carlos Enriquez, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with Ricardo Arroyo. And then also tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. with Naisha Deed and Ronke Pedersen. Not Peterson, Pedersen. All right, folks, that's it. We will see you tonight at 8. Now, this is After Dark. And based on some of the stuff that Carlos has already tweeted out, he talked about Jimmy's going to be politically correct. More than likely, excuse me. I got to remember to either have water or something here to hydrate because all this talk in my throat is like, he, already asserted that I'm going to be politically correct. And so there'll be a little more passionate, colorful language this evening around a lot, mass and cast. And that's something I'm not a stranger to. And yeah, tonight is going to be interesting. So make sure you're here. Pull up, get your Java, and as we had at the Java Cafe, you can kind of spike your Java a little bit. But we're going to be here at 8 o'clock with Carlos Enriquez, and then tomorrow morning with Ricardo Arroyo, and again tomorrow evening at Dudley Cafe for your Healthy Java live recording. All right. Don't forget next Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. at the ICA, and I think that's it. All right. I'm off of here, folks. Oh, let me check with these last few comments before I go. Carlos. Carlos said there's going to be cussing. Heidi, clarify that for me, please. Arroyo has been done in. Done in. Yeah, I see what you mean. The Y is probably a typo. You can give validity and affirm what these young women are experiencing and let that process play out, or the publicizing of how the process played out back then. There's a reference to middle school and high school. The other piece is you can do that, but then also clearly see that I'll save it for tonight. Come back tonight at 8 o'clock. Tanika, you have a great day as well. Hey, AJ, good to see you in the room. LeMan, yes, correct. It should not be made public. Don't know what you mean by not aboard. All right. AJ is in the room. Listen, you don't never have to wonder what this woman is thinking. And we go, not as bad as we used to. Well, we do, depending. We recently did just, arguing and whatnot, or just political punditry. But AJ, good to see you in the room. Why did all of it sudden come out? Gotcha. It was a white guy. Oh, it would have been a different story. And I mean, there's a lot of opinion around there. And, well, I know you're probably asserting a different context to that, Aisha, but if it was a white guy, would this even be brought to the Globe, paper, things redacted? And anyway, we're going to talk about it tonight. So AJ, I know it's AM now, but you're always going to be my AJ. Yes, Auntie Java. Auntie Java says save it for after dark. Okay. I think that is it for me. I think that is it. All right. We believe in practice throwing each other under the bus. All right. So y'all come back at 8 o'clock tonight and we'll further this discussion. All right. We'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock, because if I stay in these comments, We'll start Java After Dark right now. All right, so I'm going to go. Y'all have a wonderful day. Make sure you fill your head with something that you need to know, something that's going to help you prosper financially. Get a piece of information that's going to help your health. If you can't get it today, come tomorrow night. Go to this link right here. Register, plug. But in all seriousness, we'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock here with Carlos Enriquez. Have a wonderful